everybody. Welcome to our Quest for Eternal Sunshine free amazing qigong workshop with the amazing Lee Holden. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Hi, everybody. So, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I'm seeing so many familiar faces and new faces. Thank you all for coming. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Myra. I'm founder of Quest for Eternal Sunshine. And basically, this is a platform where we offer free resources for wisdom, healing, and self-discovery. And I am insanely passionate about qigong, especially Lee Holden qigong, because it has... I honestly can't imagine now living life without qigong. I think I see Lee's face every single day. It's a rare day that I don't at least do like one of your 7-minute. If it's the end of the day and I haven't done qigong, I will do one of your 7-minute practices from your 30-day challenge. I'm going to tell you all at the end about Lee's 30-day challenge. I was exposed to qigong about 8 years ago, and I immediately felt like it was the antidote for my busy mind, for the stress in my nervous system, for my lack of being grounded, and actually really being kind of afraid of being in this body, in this world. Those of you who follow me know I'm the daughter of 2 Holocaust survivors. I have a legacy of terror, and I've had a lot of experiences in my life that have kind of reinforced that. And so, I do a lot of healing work. I share that with all of you. But in terms of calming my nervous system, making me feel safe in my body, joyous in my body, because my body feels good, connected with the energy of the universe, being able to quiet my mind. Nothing has helped me as much as qigong. And really, until I discovered Lee and his amazing products, like his 30-day challenge, where you get a new practice that's 7 minutes every day for 30 days. And I did it every day. I used to do qigong intermittently. Like Lee, I went to Esalen, did a 5-day workshop with Ming Tong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I had amazing qigong experiences, but they were intermittent. And with you, I do not think I've missed a day in years of qigong.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so great to be here and just to hear your story. And, Myra and I met we met live at one of my retreats at 1440 this last year. And we just hit it off. And she's telling me about all the wonderful things that she's doing with her life and this group and how passionate she is about qigong. So that's kind of how we kicked this off with a beautiful qigong session today, which is great because it's a rainy day here in Santa Cruz. What better to do than a little practice?
Yeah, so one thing I love about qigong, my husband actually was saying this, Lee. He said a few really wise things over dinner last night. He said what he loves about qigong is all you need is a body. You need your body, right? You don't
That is a
need
very wise
that,
thing.
you don't need anything. He said he was doing knocking on the door of life, which Lee, I'm sure will teach you today while he was getting gas. And the other thing he said that I think you would like is he said that when he does qigong and he does the shaking and different practices that you'll teach about letting go of stress, he said it's like an Etch-a-Sketch when you shake it and it clears it and you start.
Oh, that's great. I haven't heard that one.
So Lee, I'm going to let Allison switch us to speaker view. You'll take over. I'll ask you some questions, but I'd love you to start. I mean, this is okay. I've had a really for this last part of my life, the last 10 years of my life, I've been putting things into words. Writing articles, being a writer, writing blogs. It is so hard for me to put into words all of the ways that qigong supports a human being. I mean, there's energetically, it feels like, you plug in your phone, you plug in your electric car. Qigong plugs me in, charges me up, it calms me down. It's maybe you can explain how qigong works and why it's really so magical at all of these things. I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Okay. Well, thank you. And thanks for being here, everybody. Like your husband said, all you need is a body. Qigong doesn't work as well. I'm not sure, but it doesn't work as well without a body. That's the magical thing about this, is that it optimizes your body's intelligent system. So not only are we in a body, but we have emotions, we have thoughts, we have energy levels, we have consciousness, we have a soul, we have spirit, and these are all qualities of energy that make up who we are. And qigong doesn't deny any aspect of our human experience. And so the word gong means work. So we have qigong energy work. And the special thing about qi is that it is life force energy. It's the energy that keeps you alive. And this energy is a mystical energy because whether we look at the human body, we don't quite understand it. Despite all our amazing technology, we can't explain all the inner workings of the brain, of the heart, certain organs, systems, liver and eyeballs. They're all, you study it long enough, you run into the mystery. So qi points to the energy of life. It simply means aliveness. So it is this self-evident expression that yes, we're alive, but what is the force that keeps you alive? What is the force behind your heartbeat? What is the impetus for your breath? What is that inkling in your mind that creates a thought? In the ancient Chinese culture, they would say qi. So we have brain qi, we have heart qi, we have lung qi. Now, all of a sudden, one of the systems doesn't work so well. Let's say we have a respiratory something. Well, they'll say that your lung qi is deficient. It's not enough lung qi, or your lung qi is stagnant. So they describe the body much in the same way that a gardener might describe their garden, or that we might say something's happening in nature. So they see the human body as part of nature, as part of an ecosystem, and how we relate to each other and how we relate to our environment also determines how well the energy circulates within us. So, when people say, well, what is qi? It's everything. There's qi outside of us, there's qi inside of us. It's just everything, whether it's gravity or electromagnetism, these are all energy. But qi is really aliveness, a force that keeps you alive. In science, we might call it bioelectricity, the electricity that creates biological movement. So we could also say qi is an animating power. It's an animating force. It creates movement. And the one thing about this universe is that everything is moving. So the universe is expanding, the earth is circling the sun, it's spinning on its axis, everything is moving. So, the thought occurred to me is like, when we are too sedentary, we are going against the force of nature and what's happening in the universe. We are designed to move these bodies and move them in a variety of different ways. And when we do so, we feel more in tune with how everything works. And I mean, even when we're sedentary and sitting, there's still tremendous amounts of movement happening within you. Your heart's beating, your lungs are breathing, your breakfast is digesting, your thoughts and your brain is thinking, all the things are still moving. So the skillful, remember, gong means work, or it also signifies skill. The skillful work with energy is a practice that helps us to lead happy and healthy, fulfilling lives, where we feel in tune with nature, we feel connected to each other, and we feel vibrant, vital energy circulating through us. So that is the practice of qigong. And qigong really helps us to tune in to our own special gifts and talents and who we are. And it is a practice that is 4,000 or 5,000 years old. It is one of the oldest practices, movement practices that there is. So you're part of something that has a long tradition, and most people don't know this, but qigong is the most widely practiced form of exercise in the world. So more people practice qigong than any other form of exercise in the world. That's because there's a lot of people practicing, Tai Chi and qigong in the parks throughout Asia and even lots of places in the world. But it is a system that's like a well-trodden path. People have been doing it for thousands of years, and it works tremendously well to optimize our energy. Now, the beautiful thing about this practice is all you need is your body, as we said. That's a great tagline too, by the way. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need weights. You don't need spandex. You don't need a mat. You just need your body. So you can do it like Myra was saying, you know, you're pumping gas, you're standing in line, you're, you know, I was doing qigong on the floor last night when I was watching a movie. So it's something that is really easily integrated into a variety of times in your life. We can always do qigong because we can always change our breathing. So right now, if you want, why don't you just take a very slow, deep breath through your nose and a very slow exhale through your nose. Good. And you just did a little qigong practice. You just worked with the energy of breath. So we can improve energy at whatever stage of life we're in. We'll improve the energy that's moving through us. And there's a variety of different ways. And you know what? We're all in different bodies. We've all, you know, walked different paths in life, seen different sights. So we have all different energy systems. And so what might work for your energy system might not work for somebody else's. So we have to discover for ourselves what the best practices are for us individually, because some people might have too much stress. Other people might have not enough energy. Some people might have both. Some people might have kidney qi deficiency, while somebody else might have liver qi stagnation. So the practice that you do to create harmony and balance for you might be a little bit different than somebody else. That said, though, you know, qigong is designed to improve energy circulation. There's a saying in qigong, flowing water doesn't get stagnant. And the same is true with your life force energy. If your life force energy is continually moving, it's not going to get stagnant. The sure sign of stagnant energy, discomfort in your body, pain. Pain is saying your qi is not circulating. So when there's pain, we want to move qi into that area. We want to get it to circulate. We want to get it to move. Now, in Chinese medicine, the way they circulated energy was in 5 different ways. We did acupuncture, massage therapy, nutrition, eating healthy, herbal medicine, and qigong. So they were called the 5 branches of Chinese medicine. And the way this medicine worked is you would do some variation of those 5 practices. You would practice your qigong on a daily basis. And then if you had problems or issues in your body, you would often discount or stop paying your healthcare practitioner. So if you're not healthy, your doctor doesn't get paid. As long as you are healthy and thriving, you pay your doctor. And this is how the medicine worked in ancient Chinese culture. So you can imagine going to your doctor and saying, oh, you know, I have a little bit of neck pain, so you're not getting paid this month. Sorry. You know, oh, I got a headache, so now you're not getting paid. No, nobody gets paid in Western medicine unless somebody's sick. So the whole focus, motivation of the medicine is completely different. So this is preventative medicine. It's a way for you to tune into yourself. It's a practice of clearing stagnant energy so that we get our bodies qi circulating in an optimized way. We get out of, you know, pain, tension, tightness, and really help and allow our bodies to thrive and optimize the circulation of energy. So,
sorry,
yeah.
Didn't mean to interrupt. I wanted to talk a little. Oh, well, first of all, I realized I forgot to show off about you. Lee came on a little later than I thought he would, so we opened right away. I want to just take a moment to show off about Lee a little teeny bit. I just want you all. Sorry to interrupt, but then I'm gonna.
No, please.
Well,
I love
because
it.
you're speaking. You know, I just want people to know that you have been a pioneer in bringing qigong to the West for over 25 years, and that you are a Chinese medicine doctor. You were trained as a Chinese medical doctor, as an acupuncturist. You have certified over 1,600 qigong teachers. So I want people to understand that Lee is speaking with a vast amount of experience when he talks about these things. I felt that I lacked introducing you sufficiently. And
Oh, thanks, Myra.
yeah, no. And Myra, sorry.
Myra, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't want everyone, that's
No,
actually,
everybody,
my
yeah,
Hebrew name
exactly.
is Myra. So maybe you were just tuning into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
But what I'd love you to talk about a little bit, Lee, because I wrote that article about an ancient antidote to the stresses of modern times. And I think one of the things that
yeah.
you do so well, that you do so efficiently is, you talk about how when the connection between your emotions and your physical state. So when you have tension in your body, you're more emotionally stressed. When you feel stressed, your body feels stressed. So that how your routines, just because we're going to do a routine all together, kind of release how we release stress. I think one of the amazing benefits of qigong is, as a qigong practitioner, I still feel like a beginner. I've only been doing it
Yeah.
for a couple of years with you, but now I go, oh, I feel stress, I'm supposed to release it. Like, I know I'm not supposed to feel stress, and I know how to release it. So
Yeah.
there's this releasing stress. And then if you could talk about the magic of the slow movements in terms of calming your nervous system and calming your mind. And I really feel one of the things that I wrote about a lot a couple years ago, and I have to revisit, is what's happening to our minds when our phones are the center of our universe, and we constantly are getting so much information. We're so stuck in our heads, and there's so much more anxiety, there's so many more mental health issues. And I feel like qigong is magical in terms, and so many of the people I met at your retreat loved it for this reason, that it gets us down into our bodies, grounded, slows us down. So maybe you could talk a little bit about that before we do our routine, so people
Okay.
understand it more.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Great suggestion too. I mean, and it is, qigong is an ancient practice, like I said, but I feel like it's more relevant now than ever before because we have so many distractions. We have, computers, TVs, devices, smartphones with a million apps. There's everything's vying for our attention. So we are constantly getting pulled out of ourselves. Our energy is getting pulled out of ourselves. And we need practices that bring our energy back into ourselves because we occupy really two different universes, the outer universe and then our very personal internal universe that is very personal to us. I mean, you might be putting on a smiling face, but nobody can see your thoughts or understand what's going on within you. You have an inner universe that when we close our eyes, we go inward and we have a whole movie playing on in our minds. We call those daydreams. We think thoughts bubble up to the surface. We feel feelings. We have stuff going on in this amazing body. And when we're feeling sort of out of center, it's just a sign from your intelligent energy system that says, hey, make some changes, make some shifts. So emotional stress, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's designed really well to help protect you. But the thing about emotional stress, when it becomes chronic, it is one of the major contributors to physical ailments. And the research is in. I mean, 20 years ago, Western medicine said, oh, emotional stress has nothing to do with physical health. These two things, emotions and physiology, were completely separated. Well, they're way more intimately connected than they realized. And the research is in that says, about 89% of the times we go visit our primary doctor is stress related. That, there's weird things that happen from stress. There's more heart attacks on Monday morning than at 9 a.m. than any other time of the week. Really weird things that happen because when we get emotional stress, your physiology reacts. And chronic emotional stress is one of the major contributors to all kinds of health issues. So we definitely, to get to the root cause of our health problems, we want to clear stress each and every day. We want to just discharge it out of our bodies and get it out of our nervous system and get back to our kind of pristine, relaxed internal energy. And that is what we call a practice. That is the gong part of qigong. That is the work that we do. It's like, okay, I go through life. There's all kinds of things vying for my attention. I have all kinds of responsibilities, or I have lots going on in my own mind. Let's come back to a calm, peaceful place within ourselves so that my energy system can rebalance and regulate. If you do that, we feel more energy during the day and we sleep better at night. Our energy is balanced. You go to sleep at night, you sleep really well, you wake up with energy. That's how your system's designed. So when I can't sleep very well, but I don't have enough energy during the day, I have this pain, that pain. It's like, oh, energy needs to be worked with. Like a gardener, we need to do some composting. We need to do some digging in the dirt, get the stagnation clear, and make sure that the landscape of ourselves is in the right order. So that is really good. Myra also mentioned going slow. In our practice, you'll see going slow is part of this practice, and it's the only form of exercise. And I think this is really fascinating, where the instructor says, relax your body and move slowly. You don't see this in, volleyball or soccer or basketball or lifting weights. All exercises are done, with physical effort. This is done with effortless ease. That's why it is so counter to everything we're doing. So it is an antidote to what we're doing in life. You slow down, because if you slow down your body, you're going to slow down your mind. If you slow down your mind, you're going to be more present. We're not going to be worrying about something in the future or remembering something in the past. We slow down, and all of a sudden we have a moment to be in the moment, which is extremely refreshing for the whole system, because then your system recognizes, wait, there's no danger right here. I don't need to be stressed, because stress is a response in our nervous system that says life is threatening. Something in my environment is threatening my survival. And most of the time, our stress isn't a life-threatening situation. It is something in our heads. We might be sitting in traffic. We might have a meeting. Most of the things in life aren't life-threatening. So stress is an overreaction. So that's why we say, calm down, relax. Yes, if you're walking down a dark alley. Yes, if you're facing a grizzly bear. Yes, if you're standing on the edge of a cliff, you want that stress response. But most of the time, 99% of the time in modern life, we want to calm that stress response down. And that qigong is a beautiful way to do that. Slowing down is a beautiful practice to help us get us out of stress, out of survival, into a resource state, and really connected to our own inner power and potential. I just finished my book proposal, submitted it to a publisher. And the book that I'm writing, the title is Ready, Set, Slow. How do you guys like it? Ready, Set, Slow. It's going to come out in January 2025 from Sounds True is going to publish it. So I'm really excited about it. So what I'm talking about is you can integrate slow principles into so many things in life, whether you're eating food. If you slow down when you're eating, you're going to digest better. If you slow down your breathing, your respiratory system and your energy stronger. And all the research, I did it from an Eastern and a Western perspective. So I got a lot of Western research in there. It's just like, how do we slow down and be in the moment and enjoy the moment? So that's our practice. And so that being said, why don't we do a practice? Let's do a little practice. So get our chi moving, and you can have an experience of what I'm saying. And experiences are really important, because we could talk about qigong all day long, but without an experience of it, we don't really know what it is.
Do you want to just say one thing? I just want to make sure, because I know that when I first started, and I hurt myself a little, because I brought the old Western paradigm. You did neck stretches, and I pushed my neck. And then I realized, okay, that I'm supposed to listen. It really helps us with our self-awareness of our body. Nothing's supposed to hurt. Always modify. Just a little teeny thing about that.
Absolutely. And that's such a good point. Yeah, but like I said, these practices are done with relaxation. And so you'll see, I'm going to take you through a couple stretches, a couple of invigorating exercises before we get to slow movement. So as Myra said, we want to do it with relaxation. So when you're stretching your body or doing exercise, you want to listen. Like I said before, everybody's body is a little bit different. So if you have neck tension and neck pain, you don't want to just force the tension out. Like, more stretch isn't better. So listen to your body, go in nice and easy. And your body is a great teacher. That's also what happens when you slow down. You realize that your body's trying to talk to you. How does your body communicate to you? It communicates through sensation. This feels good. This doesn't feel so good. So in terms of pain, there's good pain and bad pain in terms of stretching and exercise. Good pain is like, oh yeah, I'm stretching. I feel that nice stretch in the area that I'm working on. Bad pain is when it's like sharp or quick, or if it's just too much. So the way to do it is go slow into stretches. And in the beginning, don't push the stretches. Don't try to force the body into a position that you're not used to. Okay, so as we go through them, I'll try to remind you guys to relax as we do our stretches and exercises.
Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna do qigong, everyone, and then we're gonna turn this into a nice like YouTube video so you can do this over and over in the future. And we're gonna give you links to a lot of Lee's amazing resources. My goal is to turn everyone into a qigong practitioner. That's my goal. I just don't I can't imagine life without it at this point. So
That's great. Hey, we're on the same mission.
yes.
Yeah. The
Okay,
more
here we
people
go.
that do qigong, the more peace there'll be in the world. I'm convinced.
Exactly.
And
also,
we need a little more peace in the world. I think so.
Peace in the world, less materialistic,
Yeah.
more joy, more love. Okay.
Yeah. All right,
Here we
guys, let's do
go.
a little practice. I'm going to have you guys stand up. And if you don't, if for any reason you can't stand up, you can do these exercises in a chair. You just have to modify. So and here we go. You guys like my Chinese calligraphy behind me here? This is Jing, this is Qi, and this is Shen. So these were called the three treasures. This is your body, your hearts and emotions, and your mind and your consciousness. They're called the three treasures, Jing, Qi, and Shen. So a really good friend of mine, she's a calligraphist and painted that. All right, let's do some practice. First, what I want you to do is let's learn how to breathe, because breath is qi. I want you to put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And the better you breathe, the more energy you're going to have. So where do we get qi from? You get qi from food. You get qi from hydration, from sleep, from each other. And the quickest source to qi is your breathing. So the better you breathe, the more energy you're going to have. You take 20,000 breaths every day. So, and not all breaths are equal. Some breaths are better than others in terms of what we want. If you want more energy and you want more relaxation, we need to learn how to breathe properly. So this breathing is going to help to give you energy, but a relaxed, calm energy. I want you to first start your breathing in your belly. So inhale to your belly, and then let the breath rise up through your ribs all the way to your chest. And then exhale, chest, ribs, out through the belly. And then breathe, inhale to the belly, up through the ribs, all the way to your chest. Exhale. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale all the way out. So it's a slow breath in and out through your nose. In and out through your nose. Most of the time you want to breathe through your nose. There are occasions when we want to breathe or exhale out through the mouth. That is true. But if you can, we breathe in and out through the nose. Excuse me. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale all the way out. Now let's put the breathing to a movement. I want you to bend your knees, hands by your shoulders. This is called spinal cord breathing. Now in qigong, we're going to synchronize movement with breath. So as you inhale, look up, open the spine, and then as you exhale, round your back and tuck your tailbone under. Chin goes down towards your chest. And inhale, open, looking up, nice and slow. Exhale, round the back. Tailbone tucks under, chin down towards the chest. And inhale, Let the breath pour in as you open, expand your rib cage, and then exhale. The body helps to squeeze the breath out. And inhale, you open the body so the breath pours in. Exhale, round the back, tailbone tucks under. And a nice deep breath. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Spinal cord breathing. Now, this is a great exercise to do if you've been sitting too long. You just, been sitting for 45 minutes, an hour to stand up, do spinal cord breathing. 3-4 minutes, and then go sit down and go back to work, because your spine is designed to move. If we're sitting too long, all of a sudden the spine gets stagnant energy, and we're like, oh, my back hurts, neck and shoulders hurt. We got to move the spine. All right. The other aspect of qigong is that you're going to activate qi. There's exercises where you activate the energy in your body. So if you just put your hands down to your sides, notice how you feel right now. We'll do some activations, and then we'll see how our body responds and see if we feel more energy. Okay, kind of get a sense of what's happening in your body right now. Good. Now let's do an exercise. It's called knocking on the door of life. The door of life is a pressure point. It's directly behind your navel on your spine. So it's under the second lumbar vertebra. And you're going to use your arms to knock across the body like this. So in your back, the forearm is knocking across your lower back. And you're activating some points right across here. These are helpful for your kidneys. And all these points are good for energy. Knocking on the door of life. Turn from your hips and your waist, but relax your upper back, your neck, and your shoulders. Relax the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Good. Take a deep breath and feel how your spine is twisting and turning. This is a really important aspect for spinal health, is to twist the spine so that the joints don't get stiff or tight. Good. And slow it down. Slow it down. And then let's do a little chi massage, and we'll do it for the upper body. I want you to tap on your chest and just go up and down the sternum, right through here. And now breathe. Take some deep breaths through the nose. Good. Up and down. These points are also all very good for clearing stress, and they're good for the immune system. Now, if you're sitting down, all these exercises apply really well. So you could just do spinal cord breathing when you're sitting. Knocking on the door of life is a little hard, so you'd skip that one. But then this chi massage, great for when you're sitting. Now, meridian lines, energy pathways go from the chest down the inside of the arm. So we're going to do a little slap down the inside of the arm, and then come up the outside of the arm to your neck and shoulders. Let's make sure that energy is moving. Go down the inside and slap up the outside. Down the inside of the arm, up the outside. Back to the chest. And then do the other side. Slap down the inside of the arm. Slap up the outside to the neck and shoulders. They encourage the flow of energy. You're slapping on meridians. These are where the acupuncture or acupressure points are. Do it one more time. Back to the chest, up and down. And relax. Now, put your hands down to your sides. Notice how you feel after doing some of those exercises. See if you feel tingling in your arms, hands, chest. Energy has been encouraged to circulate. Okay, when energy moves, we're just going to naturally feel a whole lot better. A whole lot better. Good. Now, we moved the spine in two different directions. We went back and forth with spinal cord breathing. We went twist left and right as we did knocking on the door of life. Your spine can move in 6 different directions. And we can also side bend, right? We can go like that. So this one is called dog wagging the tail. Dog wagging the tail. And you're just going to have a little bit of shifting the weight left and right. So let's start there. Shift the weight left and right. Just a little bit left foot, right foot. And now move your tailbone like a dog wagging its tail. Right? More wag, less bark, y'all. Especially in these bodies. More wag. This is going to help create happy chi. Now relax your neck area and get the joints in the spine to move left and right. So relax your back and just shift the weight. Bring a little wag to your tail. You're going to feel the ribs move, the neck move, all the joints in the spine moving. We call these exercises spinal enlivening exercises. And in qigong, they say bring youthful vitality into your spine through these movements. Youthful vitality. How about that? Let's do that. Let's bring in a little more youthful vitality into the spine, into the back. Take a nice deep breath. And we slow it down, relax. Excellent. Good. We've now opened up the spine. We've activated some energy. Now let's clear some lines of tension. Let's stretch the body out where we chronically hold our emotional stress. Where would you guys say you hold and carry your emotional stress? Everybody's pointing to the neck and shoulders. You know, I travel all over the world, and whether we're in America, Europe, South America, Middle East, everybody's the same. I say, where do you carry your emotional stress? Neck and shoulders. So we also carry it in our low back. We carry it in our bellies. We carry it in our chest. But where we feel it most often is in the neck and shoulders. So let's do spreading the feathers. This is a great stretch to open up the energy through the upper back, neck, and shoulders. I'm going to have you press your hands down. If you can, straighten your elbows. And then go ahead and just lean your head over to one side, but do it with relaxation. Just relax your head over and press the palms down and away. And you're going to feel a nice stretch through the upper back and neck. It'll stretch all the way down through the meridians of the arms. And then slowly roll the head back and forth across the shoulder. So you just go back very slowly, still with relaxation, and forward. Now, if you have neck issues, you can do it even easier, or just push the shoulders down and away and slowly move the head back and forth without leaning it. Now take a deep breath and feel how that's stretching the meridians. And this should be the good pain. It's sort of, oh yeah, I feel the stretch. It feels good. There's some sensation there. Now bring your chin down to the chest. Come across to the other side. Nice and easy, ear to the shoulder. Take a breath. Press the opposite arm down and away, and then very slowly start to move the head back and move the head forward. And we just stretch out the lines of tension. Deep breath with a long exhale. Good. And this is a great exercise for carpal tunnel even arthritis in the shoulders, elbows, or wrists, because it's going to improve circulation all the way down through the arm. Take a deep breath, and on your next exhale, bring the chin to the chest, arms relax down to your sides. Shake out the arms a little bit. Excellent. Now, when you stretch the neck and shoulders, you often get improved circulation to the hands. So if you bring your hands down to your sides, we might feel, oh, yeah, I feel some circulation in my fingers. We don't want to carry tension in this area. If you carry too much tension in your body, guess what? It's depleting. It's like walking around tight like this all day. After a few hours, you're like, wow, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. I've been holding all this tension. Well, guess what? The neck and shoulders, we chronically hold too much tension or tightness in that area. So what we want to do is stretch it out and release it. Okay? All right, folks, this is one of the best exercises for dispersing tension, tightness, or internalized stress. It should be something you do a few times a day. Whenever you feel stressed out, we can do this exercise. It's shaking. You're going to shake the arms. You're going to bounce into the legs, and you're going to pump the wrists. Let's see if you can see my wrist pumping. Okay, so we're pumping the wrists. And you give the body a good shake. And then as you're shaking, you're going to breathe. This is when we're going to exhale through the mouth. We're going to say, in through the nose, deep breath, and then exhale. Yeah, nice deep breath. Good. Inhale. And just let go of whatever you're holding on to, whatever kind of stress you're holding on to. Now, if you're sitting down, you just shake your arms like this. Just pump your arms. These meridians right here, this is the heart meridian, heart and pericardium. So when we hold emotional stress, it's first often felt in the heart. So inhale, exhale the heart sound. Deep breath and exhale. Good. You see athletes do this, animals do this, kids do it when they're stressed out or nervous. They shake their bodies as a way to disperse. In fact, doing this exercise brings out a really positive energy in your system. Slow it down, slow it down. Now, notice how your body feels. Close your eyes. Feel all this energy moving, circulating, and swirling through you. Take a nice, slow, deep breath. Feel your energy. Okay, so these are warm-ups and stretches and activations. Now we get to slow flows. Palms face down towards the ground. And inhale, float your arms up. And then exhale, float your arms down. All right, now it's time to go slow. And relax your neck and shoulders. Float your arms up. And then float your arms down. Good, and a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. And just drop into the movement a little bit more. Feel like strings are lifting your arms from your wrists. So even your hands are relaxed. And then when they get about shoulder height, you bend your elbows, you relax your shoulders, and the hands float down. Like someone's lifting your arms up with strings on your wrists, hands relaxed, elbows bend slightly, shoulders relax, hands float down. This is called open the flow. And we inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, float the arms down. Open the flow. Now, I'm going to challenge you to stretch your mind because the mind wants to hurry up. If your body goes too slow, the mind's like, come on, let's hurry up. So what I want you to do is stretch your mind into the present moment by slowing down These slow movements are meditative. It's a moving meditation. So now relax neck, shoulders, upper back. And just go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to feel the air move through your fingers. And feel the air move in the palms of your hands and across your arms. And synchronize breath with the movement. Inhale. Arms flow down. Exhale. Body is moving with relaxation. Shoulders, neck, upper back relaxed. When you relax your body, energy pours into you. You're more receptive to the energy that's all around you. And we're going to do that one more time. Nice, slow, deep breath. And then come down, hands come down. And open the flow is a way to teach your body or train your body and even remind your body to move with relaxation. Say, hey, you don't have to hold tension. You don't have to move through life all tight. You can move and respond to life with relaxation and flow, much like a river moving down the mountain. It is powerful and strong, but if you move your hand through water, it's so soft. It's very powerful and soft. So the image of water is the element of these slow flows. It's deep, it's internal, it's relaxed, it's done with softness, but it's done with all this inner power because you're moving your body cohesively. It's all collected together. All your energy is working together rather than disjointed. So let's do another one. This one is a really beautiful set, and you're going to see it now. It's a little bit longer, but I want you to still have that same flow. It's called Embrace the Tiger, Return to the Mountain. Embrace the Tiger, Return to the Mountain. So a lot of these names are poetic. Have your palms so they face towards each other. The first move, the hands glide apart like that. Then the back of the hands come towards each other and they come up by your chest. Push forward, and then you circle around. And that's now we're back to the beginning. So it's like this. Exhale, hands glide apart. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, push forward. Inhale, circle around. Okay, now as the hands glide apart, your hips go back. There's a little wave that rises up the spine. And then we push. And a big circle with the arms around. Okay, now go slow. This is exhale. Hands go apart. Exhale. And inhale. We come up. Exhale. Forward. Inhale. Circle around. Good. And again, so we exhale. Hips glide back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Circle. Exhale. Embrace the tiger. This is about harnessing your internal energy. And here, return to the mountain. Cultivate inner peace. So your qigong practice is a practice of cultivating inner power, cultivating internal energy, and then feeling at peace in the moment. Mind and body harmonized and at peace. Hips glide back, rolling up. Push forward, circle around. Good, and now just relax a little bit more. Relax like your body is moving through water. Fluid and flowing. Good, remember to breathe, synchronize breath with movement. Exhale. Inhale, wave through the spine. Exhale, push. Inhale, circle around. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, circle around. Let's do it a couple more times. Embrace the tiger. Harness your strength and your power. Return to the mountain is returning to yourself so that you can be authentically you in each and every moment. Last one. Bring it around. And now I want you to just hold your hands so they face towards each other and go back and forth. See if you can feel energy in your hands and in between your hands. Just like this. Not a big movement, just a little movement and a slow movement. And throughout these exercises, the feet are not off the ground. They're just stationary. You're about shoulder width, toes pointing straight ahead. Nice, comfortable stance. Okay. Now feel your energy. Now put your hands down to your sides, close your eyes, and now feel. Notice how you feel inside yourself. See if you feel connected to the internal energy within you. Inhale, now float your arms up above your head. This is called pulling down the sky. Exhale, hands float down. And a nice deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. A deep breath, float the hands up. Exhale, float the hands down. And just bring in whatever quality of energy you might need in your life. Bring in a little extra healing energy. Feel connected to the guidance of the universe. Bring in a little more relaxation. Let this downward movement help to calm and relax your mind. Take a nice deep breath. And hands down to your sides. Good. All right, everybody, go ahead and sit back down. Sit back down. Guys, I had a special guest joining me in my class today. It's my mom. She's doing the exercises right here. She never misses an opportunity to do a little qigong. She's a qigong master in her own right. I got my mom here doing qigong. I got my 3-year-old around the corner doing her version of qigong, which is much more energetic than our version. All right, so let's just integrate with a little meditation. So just sit comfortably, close your eyes. Meditation is qigong for your mind. It's just a way to work with the energy of your own mind. So I'm going to teach you a really simple yet powerful meditation. So here, what I want you to do is just go inhale. I want you to bring a little smile to your face. It's called inner smile. You go. Anytime you smile, you elevate the energy and brings healing energy to the whole system. It's like this elixir. So when you inhale, big smile on your face, eyes closed, but the smile comes from your eyes and your mouth. And then when you exhale, melt the smile, let it go into your body, especially into your heart. So inhale, Bring a smile to your face. Exhale, relax the face and bring that smiling energy into the center of your chest, into your heart. Do that again. And now just rest with that smiling energy in your heart. Your breath is nice and slow. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And feel this smiling energy in your heart, like an elixir, just spreads and gets pumped through the whole entire body like this warm golden elixir. Smiling, healing, uplifting energy from the chest flows down your arms to your hands. And let it flow down your legs to your feet. Let that smiling energy just move through your spine and enter into your brain. Through the chest, the belly, all the internal organs, just soaking up this warm golden glow. Breathing very slow through your nose. Anytime we bring a smile to our face, we tell our nervous system, hey, everything's good, everything's okay. So anytime you want to, it's a deep breath, lift the smile into the face, and then exhale, relax, come back to the heart, and then let the energy, smiling, healing energy, spread from the heart through the body. And let's do that one more time. Nice deep breath. Inhale, smile to the face. Exhale, let it melt within. And slowly open your eyes, nice and slow. How about we give a smile to everybody in the Zoom room and everybody in the world? You guys did great. Excellent practice. I know it was a short one, a short, slow one. But hopefully you got to feel the power. It doesn't have to take long. It doesn't have to be strenuous, but your body gets a good workout, a nice stretch. And then we get this beautiful integration of mind, body, and spirit through our slow meditative movements. All right, you guys did wonderful. I think we're going to do a little Q&A, answer some of your questions.
Lee, thank you so much.
It is my absolute pleasure, Myra.
Oh my gosh, I'm just so honored to have you join us for a Quest event and try and turn everybody on to qigong, and specifically Holden qigong. Somebody asked a question: are your heels lifting off the ground? Katie, Allison, can we unmute Katie? Because I know she had another question and it's Q&A, and we can see at what point she's wondering about the heels. But
yeah, I asked that during the shaking part. I was curious if the shaking was coming like more like bouncing the knees or if
Yeah.
coming up.
That's a good one for the shaking. Shaking can be done either way. You can, if you come off the heels, you can knock the heels into the ground. That's a little bit more for bone health. That's specifically to strengthen the energy of the bones. Or you can do shaking without lifting the heels. It's a little bit more systemic and a little bit more for the joints. So both are good on shaking.
Cool. I wanted to say I'm also doing your 30-day challenge and really appreciating those 7-minute videos.
Oh, good.
And I have one more question, which is like, so thinking about this for stress, let's say you have a pretty full day and you go to like a meeting and it's like kind of stressful and things like that. And then you just have a few minutes and then you're going to go to something. I'm working as a therapist. So then I need to be just present and
Mm,
calm with somebody.
right.
What would you do if you just had like 3 minutes in the
Yeah.
bathroom between those two things?
That's a great way to do qigong as well. Yeah, just hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Shaking. I love shaking because it just really works very quickly, gets you tremendous results. A little shaking, a minute and a half of that, and pull down the heavens like we just did at the end for a minute and a half. That's a beautiful 3-minute practice.
That's awesome. Thanks so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay, here's a question. Okay, you've got a lot of thank yous, Lee. People really loved it. People were really affected by it. There's a lot of beautiful thank yous. Just want to share that. And then there is a question by someone who's just going by M. Oh, wait. This wasn't the question. Well, okay, here's a question by Mary. When you put one hand on your chest and one hand on your abdomen, does it matter which hand is where?
It doesn't. No, it just whatever one's more comfortable. Yeah. So the intention, I'm going to connect to my heart, and I'm going to connect to my belly, and I'm going to feel the breath moving in between these two areas. So with this breathing exercise, it's you start your breath in your belly. So let the movement happen first in your belly, then let it rise through the ribs, and then it comes up to the chest. Now on the exhale, it goes chest to the ribs, back to the belly.
Okay, I have another question for you, but I just want to read. Somebody wrote something so beautiful to you. They say, Lee, your practices have had a profound impact. Your ripple is great. Waterfalls of sparkling gratitude for you and your life's purpose. Peace and love to you and yours, Sparkles.
Oh,
So I just wanted to say that.
thank
Okay.
you. I appreciate the sparkles. That is beautiful description.
Lee, you really, one thing I want to say about Lee, because I act like I'm your paid marketing person, but I'm not. I'm just a
Yeah, you should be.
oh my God, you make qigong. I mean, you're so deep and you're so powerful. You really are like a spiritual teacher but you just make it so fun and so enjoyable that it's just, and so welcoming to everyone. Okay, we have a question. I like this question because I have the same issue. Anything we can do for a tight jaw, tension in the jaw?
That's great. And absolutely, I mean, tension in the jaw often comes from tension in the neck and shoulders. So we did spreading the feathers. When you go back, when you bring the head back here, keep the teeth together because it'll stretch this area into the jaw. The other thing you can do is pressure points here. Clench your teeth and put your hands here, clench your teeth, and where the muscle pushes your fingers out, that's the pressure point. Oh, right there. Okay, you feel where it pushes? Put your fingers there. Now circle, put pressure, deep pressure, and circle. And it should be a little tender. And then you could try a couple points in and around that same area and then tap. Yeah, and relax the jaw. We could all use some of that jaw work, right? Good. Jaw qigong.
Yeah, that's somebody was asked. I'm missing a lot of, there's been so many lovely thank you comments. People, it's so relaxing.
Oh, so sweet. I really appreciate that.
It's really nice. Somebody asked, are we moving to the 30-day challenge from here? How do we access that? Okay. We're going to do a follow-up email with a recording, and I'm going to have links to Lee's 30-day challenge, as well as he does a subscription service. So he does, correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, he does 3 new classes every week. You can join live. I've been a member for a really long time. I've still never gone live, but I really will one day. But you get the recordings. There's an hour version, and then there's the short version, which is 20 minutes.
Right.
And they each last for 30 days. So they rotate. I literally try and get everybody I know to sign up for Lee's 30-day challenge. It's an incredible value. You get an email every day for 30 days with a practice that's about 7 minutes. Some are 7:03, some are 7:48 or whatever. And you can download them. You have access to them forever. So the $47 money back guarantee
That's right.
is so cheap. I mean, I still, even though I've been doing qigong for years and I have a subscription, I still, at the end of the day, if I haven't done qigong, I'll do one of his 7
Yeah.
guarantees. And there's completely, what is it about? Like, okay, this is what I think is amazing. Another thing my husband said, he said, what's really cool about qigong is the very first time you do it, you experience the benefits. It's not like golf where you have to, like, you're horrible
Yeah.
for 2 years. But explain the magic of doing something every day, even if it's just a teeny bit, that continuous, explain that, because I really do think that, like, the 30-day challenge, I feel, is like the gateway to making qigong. It's an easy gateway to making qigong an easy part of your life.
Yeah.
Then you can do the subscription like me. Also, Lee has an amazing array of classes available online. They're all really affordable. There are ones that, focus on mindfulness, on different health issues. He just had an amazing one, Blue Dragon.
Yeah, I did. I taught the Blue Dragon style of Qigong. Yeah, like, once every 6 weeks, we do a workshop on a topic. And that might be like Blue Dragon, or, it might be on a health issue. We did a healthy heart. We did one for digestion. We'll pick a topic and we'll dive in for 3 hours, and I'll show Qigong practices or acupressure points that will really help those specific ailments. And then, yeah, the 30-day challenge, I think, it really just came about some 15 years ago. I have a really good friend who loves qigong. He's got, he had young kids, he had 2 jobs. He was just like, I love qigong, but I'm so busy, I don't have enough time to do qigong. And I was kind of like, my friend, you don't have enough time not to do qigong. You're so busy, you need extra energy. And he's like, can you just give me something that's about 10 minutes? And I said, how about 7 minutes of magic? And he was like, that should be a book. And so he and I, he's a literary agent. So he helped me craft 7 minutes of magic into a book that then turned into the 30-day challenge, because I wanted to give people variety. So when you do something on a regular basis, it becomes a habit. Habits in our bodies, we form habits, and it's amazing how inefficient we are with our time. 7 minutes is the same amount of time we hit on the snooze clock. It's just a short time and it's enough time where people feel a result. They feel like, wow, I just relaxed, or, oh gosh, I feel better. When you do that for 30 days in a row, your body will crave that relaxation, that extra energy, that feeling of being centered, that present moment connection. So it is exactly that, to create the habit. Then usually if people do the 30-day challenge, they're going to want more. And then they go on to get more programs, because now they're hooked on qi, and qi is a good thing to be hooked on. We're all hooked on, maybe our coffee in the morning or a glass of wine at night. Well, these are just absolutely fine, but we want to be able to access the kind of energy we want from the inside out without anything, just to move our energy in an empowering way. So that's how it was designed. It was like, come on, everybody, you can do it. It's only going to take 7 minutes. Try it out for yourself. And that's how we did it. And now we can go into maybe a condition specific. People often then do like an upper back and neck program, and then they want to do the subscription. Like you said, Myra, the subscription is really great. This is where I really want people to be, because it gives you a wide variety of exercises. We film it in my studio. We have 4 cameras, so you get all different kinds of angles. And then I always edit it into a 20-minute version. So anytime you want to watch that practice, you can decide, do I want the full hour? That's 50 minutes of qigong and a 10-minute meditation, or do I want just a quick 20-minute practice? And you can decide day by day. And it just has great value, because you just get everything that you might need. And that's what I see people, where I see people making big strides in their health and wellness changes, whether it's insomnia or anxiety or neck pain, whatever someone's facing. You can make big strides when you do a practice, for 20 minutes to an hour, like four days a week.
One thing I don't say this enough about you when I show off about you, Lee, is the professional quality of the videos you create. And another plug for his 30-day challenge is he shot it on the beautiful coast of like northern Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I was in Davenport area.
Davenport.
Beautiful.
It's
It was
so
so
beautiful.
gorgeous.
And the ocean is coming in. It spoiled my husband. He doesn't like doing the ones with you in the studio. He just wants to look at
It's
you.
true. The
Yeah.
nature ones are so nice.
Yeah, he just loves it. You know, one of the things, as someone who's been really committed to sharing resources for healing, one of the things I've noticed is a lot of people are motivated by suffering for change, right? Like
Yeah,
that's the initial
it's
thing.
true.
I've got pain. I've got, I had a health breakdown when I was 50, and I realized a lot of it was related to stress. And so qigong was one of the things that I started because I had to. And I realized the other way we're motivated is by pleasure and enjoyment. And I think what happens with qigong, there's this moment where you realize, I feel so good when I do qigong. After qigong, it's like you have this place of calm and vitality and connection, and you feel the chi, and then you just keep wanting to come back. And so it's like your life has this beautiful anchor that it didn't have before.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
the other thing I love about you, Lee, is I've worked with different qigong masters. A lot of them do the same routine over and over, which some people really like. I have a friend in his 80s who's done the same routine literally every day for 50 years. I personally love variety, and so Lee gives you so much variety. I find that I like, it's interesting to me to learn something new. And
yeah, and I think that's a good point too, because variety of movement is extremely beneficial. So yes, it's great to do the same thing, whether you go for a jog or do the same qigong routine is wonderful, but there is something tremendously beneficial by varying the body's movements. They found that it lengthens telomeres when you give the body a variety of movement. So there is something that's beneficial physiologically for that as well.
I'm going to do one last question. Lee, you have so many beautiful people are like, Lee is a godsend. I learned so much. You really have, you've a lot of fans here. We've got one more minute. Last question. What would be the best, this is tapping exercise. So I'm thinking like maybe the acupuncture or, the massage.
Yeah.
Calm the mind throughout the day. Is there something someone can just do when they're feeling nervous that they can do with like their fingers or their hands?
Yeah. And like you said, the little tapping like this with a deep breath, or the breathing we did to start class is just wave breathing. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. You can always do that. You don't even have to have your hands here. You can just slow through the nose, slow out through the nose, and all of a sudden your body, mind, system remembers, oh, we must be calm. A little tapping can work. If you have the space, do pulling down the heavens with that deep breathing. Okay.
Okay, I want to let Lee go because I promised him we were only going to 11:15. Lee, if you get the recording and you see people are just saying so many wonderful things about you.
Oh, great. I'm going to look at that. I really appreciate you guys. And I'm sending you much love and light and chi. You guys keep your chi practice going.
And we'll be sending out a follow-up email early in the week that will have the workshop recording. I think we're also going to break out just the routine for people who just want to do the routine, and links to all to Lee's wonderful offerings. Also, some of his YouTube channel has like, oh my God, like 260 free videos.
It's right.
So Lee is so generous with his offerings, but also, the things that you buy are great deals, and so I just wish everybody to get the benefits of Qi, and I've never found anybody who makes it easier and more fun and more effective than Lee. So Lee, thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Myra. Thanks, everybody. It's been a pleasure and a blessing to be with you all. And have a great rest of your weekend. And I hope to see you in a class, a qigong experience sometime soon.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Lee. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks so much. Bye, guys. Blessings.